Hey guys, we got basically part one of our Gran Turismo 2 with one car challenge. The little Miata that could is taking on an endurance race for the first race of the game. Don't worry, we've made sure to upgrade it with nothing. 128 horsepower, nothing else. I checked to make sure the M12 wasn't in these races, and it wasn't, so I guess I don't have that early version of the game. Couldn't win that one, not with no mods. I didn't know which cars were in this race at the time. It was all kind of a mystery. Decided to go with the green color. We had green or silver. Let's see, we got, this is a hell of a car actually. It can be scaled up. I almost said in the intro, I almost chose this for the challenge, but it can do like one fewer potential races. But a great sleeper starter car. Opal and a rock. We got a brilliant red Barchetta from A Better Place Than Time. Pretty cool. I don't really know the stats of that car. I should take a look. No. I think that's it. So we got a train of the Reds. Me trying to catch up. Take a look at those tires. Can't see their tires though. But did this with a concept car once. And it seemed like it was best to pit once. So I figured that's probably the optimal strategy. If I end up passing quickly, then maybe we'll need to find a new pit strategy just for fun. Whoa. Can make up some time in this section here. Closer, here we are. Crown Mountain is exceptionally bumpy in this game. We have no suspension upgrades or weight mods, brakes, etc. Just the D-pad steering, so it's hard to follow neatly for a draft. Because you overcorrect this way, that way, this way. Hope you can hear me okay. When you're near other cars, boy, they are really loud. This race is basically all third gear, I noticed. You don't want first gear. You don't need fifth gear. So it's basically fourth gear on the long straight. Everywhere else, third gear. But sometimes I would forget that. It just felt natural to shift down in certain places. Whoa. The more this one went on, the more I realized pretty hard to spin this one, even when you're in the air, so you can get a little aggressive with the bumps like that. Or I guess you'd say the curbs, not just the bumps. Still taking that one in second. Later, I think it seemed like third was better. Feels like we're starting to reel them in a bit. That's kind of a weird turn and braking zone there. Like, you just seem to be stuck going forward. Something with a little divot in the track or something. Like, you brake and expect to be able to have good grip to turn and just keep on going straight. Or you try to turn real early and then you bump over the whole turn and it goes crazy. Bump. Oh. Make the pass on second. A little surprised that the Renault is the leader. You'd think that sporty Barchetta might be. Very patient and clean pass. I wish it would tell you... Oh, I guess it does tell you what your current lap time is. Does it do it for other cars? No. I think it tells you the best lap for the... I think that's the whole race, though. I wish they'd say current best lap. And you can see the progression. I think at first I'm more in the 143s. One thing I don't know, and I'm kind of curious now, in GT2 when you follow a car, you really feel a loss of grip. I don't know if it's more with cars with downforce, but it's like that dirty air effect or whatever. It's very prominent. But I wonder if the computers feel that when they're behind you. Does their car lose grip? Or is it just something you have to deal with? I'm not sure. I think at this point I decide, what was it? Something like either I would try to pit on lap 10 and pit twice, or try to not pit at all for a bigger challenge. So I'm kind of just watching the tires. You can see we have the pace to be in front of them though. I'm not going to lie and pretend like there's 10,000 exciting obstacles in this race. I decided to record a lot of the races, the endurance races afterward, because simply, and this one, the least of which, but still, they're just too long for me to play straight through, so I need to take breaks. And it makes for really dull streaming or even videos if there's just like a 20-minute pause in the middle and then another pause. So thought I would record it. It would be better if it were streaming. I could talk to some folks, but anyway. And unfortunately my anxiety's been a little bit high lately, and streaming is usually not that amazing for it. People always ask, like, "Oh, what are you thinking about? You know, what's your problem?" And for me, it's just never that simple. It's just kind of my body feels different. It just feels those things loudly. I do think this is an interesting way to start the game. I mean, I don't think I've heard of anyone going straight to the endurance race. And as I'm showing with this car, you could do all of them. You could just start the game, 7 endurance races. And this one should be, pretty easy if you don't choose the Miata, because you could do Sylvia, I think, with the turbo, Sylvia K, or the RX-7, maybe with the flywheel. You could do one of the Toyotas. If you have PAL, you can do the fast one, or maybe Japan too. I don't know. And with those cars, they scale up a little better than the Miata does too. So if you wanted to do all of them, you could. Or if you just want to do one to get a lot of money, I think you get a Supra for this one, a Supra race car. Miata should be a good challenge for most people. Maybe they're a little more casual with it, but if they pick correctly, I think most people could probably win this race. Or if not quite, just get a slightly better car. You could do the Civic or something. Although certainly there's a charm in just starting off with a dealership and Sunday Cup and whatnot. One thing that I don't quite understand in this game yet is how do all the pit lanes work? Because sometimes you blast right in there, and sometimes they do give you a speed limit. Check this out. Pit lane? Full speed? Full speed? Whoa, 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 what? Finally. There's some others that are even more pronounced. Wish I could see the tires for these guys. Looks like the Fiat is taken first. See how their driving lines are. Oh, so that wasn't the Renault, that was the Peugeot. It's a very West City race with Italy and France. The lines don't seem that bad, but I Maybe they're just too conservative. Meanwhile, we're not that far from them. Another weird little divot corner there. Tell we're gaining pretty hard right now. The other car just sounds like it's laboring. That's just sort of the engine sound too, I guess. How do you do the pit? Well, you do brake a little. Bounce. So at this point I decide if I pit once more like them, and they will all have to pit once more, even that Barchetta that pit on lap 14 stupidly. If you're gonna pit twice, pit on lap 10 and 20. But it would be too easy, so I thought I'll just go until the end without pitting for something to do. That was the fast lap. If I recall correctly, the next one was very similar. Staying in third gear even on that turn. Maybe not. There's a pair of laps that were like 0.00 something off, but I don't remember where they are. It's kind of a wild corner, but pretty fast. Honestly, I know I'm not going to set fast laps now or pit, so, and it's not going to be that close of a race, so I kind of start to relax a bit. If you want to relax and take a look at a different video or just stop watching, that's also fine. Should have a whole lot of videos though, hopefully, in this challenge, and they're all gonna be, most of them will be a lot closer than this one, and I hope to see you there. I think those were the pair of laps. I'm pretty sure they were very close. Or maybe I'm forgetting, I don't know. This one's pretty slow. I must have hit something. You guys still chugging along, huh? I guess this guy will go another few laps, and this guy will go to lap 28 probably. Maybe even 29. I did look at this track with a fully modded Miata, and it is just one of the best sub 295 horsepower cars in the game. I really do think so, even though it's a starter car. It starts for like $7,000 or something, and you can scale up to like you know, Supra or Skyline, RX-7, something maybe sportier, wider, more torque, lighter, and some of those don't fit for, you know, like a Skyline is not lighter, but it's a lot more torque, it's newer, it's sportier, but it's just really, really good car. I would not be surprised if it's just the second best sub 295 behind the concept car. ZZS would be right there. Then a bunch of cars, maybe the ones I mentioned, the new Japanese ones. RX-7, Skyline, NSX, RX-7, or maybe a Supra. It might start over 295, I'm not sure, depending on the Supra. And there might be a TVR, I think, that is sub 295. It's pretty good and light. Oh, looks like the replay stops. Okay. That's good to know. Anyway, you can see that it's a crushing victory there. The tires only dropped off like a second per lap toward the end. And you can see from the time that it was going to be a win. That's good to know, because I haven't recorded or haven't done the other Enduros. If I just did a replay of like a 99 lap race and it was close after lap 25 or something, no one would really know if if I won. So I'll have to live record and just I don't know, break it up or something, and either you'll have pauses or I'll try to edit them out or something. But I guess that's pretty much the end of this one. Oh, just to finish the thought on best 295 horsepower cars. Some of the other starters are good. The Sylvia K is still pretty darn good. That old RX-7's not bad. It's pretty light. The FF's not so much, as expected. And I think there's an old Corvette Stingray that's quite good as well. There could be some other ones, I'm not sure. But the Miata's definitely right there, at least in its fully modded form. This is just a complete stock car. Barely over 100 horsepower, but it can still do this race. So anyway, I think that will be all for now. And have a great day.